Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. At last, we've seen each other again. I know it's been a long time since I made a video. I've been very busy lately and I don't have the energy and the enthusiasm to finish my editing. So yeah, finally the day has come that I finish it and finally create this intro and the finished product. I'm so excited to show you what's my project today. As you can see on the snippets, I'll be making pajama sets. For today's project, I was inspired with my childhood memories. I remember when we were little, my favorite part of going to bed and get ready is changing into this pajama set that my mom made for us. So yeah, it's a quite reminiscing project for me. But since now I'm adult, I completely changed the look of the pajama. I add a little bit of sassiness and cuteness to it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy our video tutorial today. So without further ado, let's go. For this project, I'll be using 100% cotton fabric. So I already made pattern for this one. This is an old pattern from the previous blue I made. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut our jammies parts. So I'll be using this fusing for our collar, front and pockets. It has these shiny parts in the front that sticks to the fabric when you iron it. So I'll just go ahead and cut each part I need. So here's the part of my jammies, the top, the shorts, and the fusings. Before sewing, I'll be preparing the parts I'm gonna need for sewing. So here I am ironing all the fusings to collar, front, and pockets. Because I feel so extra today, I decided to add some designs to my collar and other parts. So now I'm just gonna draw a line here where the design will be. And of course, you have to leave some allowance for the seam. So I think my design will go in this line. For this pockets, I decided to cut it before because I realized I mistaken where I put this one. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make a straight line in the middle. So here's the finished design for the pockets. And then the collar. After making our design, now I can finally prep the collar. Just put them facing together and then close. And then nip around the curve area and then reverse. So this is the pocket. I already attached this small part to the bigger one. Now I'm just gonna top stitch it toward the big piece and then fold the flaps over to the front into 1 inches, just like this. To shape your pocket like this, all you need to use is a thick paper as a guide with a straight side. Just fold the side of the fabric into the paper and then iron it. for the triangle shape at the bottom of the pocket, just find the center. And then fold it slantly like this, towards the center where the mark is, and then iron. And there you have it, it's a perfectly shaped pocket. For our top, pocket normally goes to the left side of the front. Since our pocket is already shaped, all I need to do is spin it down to the bodies and sew. Right after that, I'm just gonna fold the front facing edge into 1/4 of an inch. Right after joining the shoulder, now I can prep the neckline so I can attach the collar to the bodies. First is, mark the center of the back, then fold the front facing towards the front bodies, and measure the collar to the body to find the notch line. This will be the lapel of our collar. Then copy it to the other end of the neckline, then sew till the end of the marking. Then measure the collar again to the neckline and mark 3/4 of an inch before the shoulder hem like this. And attach the collar in between the front facing and the front and sew till where the marking is. Nip at the end of the seam, then continue to sew attaching the back part only of the collar to the neckline. Reverse to reveal the collar and check if both notch is same measurement. And now, finish the collar by folding inside the front side of the collar from the nip, inserting the remaining front facing. This will give the collar nice, clean finish. At the end of the collar seam, I will continue the stitch going back to the starting point, making a curve connecting it to the other end. And there you go! It's such a nice looking collar. After the collar, now I can finally close the front facing. So I'll just spin it so it doesn't move. Make sure everything is flattened. Then sew up until closing down the facing shoulder. Next is my fave part of making this top, the ruffles. I'll be putting some of it into sleeve hem. So basically it's the same process whenever I make ruffles. Rolled hem and then manually pulling to create nice ruffles. Then attaching it to the sleeve hem and top stitch. Now to match the pocket, I decided to put the heart design also on the sleeve. So there you go. I went back to my stitch design. After that, now I can close the sleeve seams together and also the body side seam in my overlock. Next is I'll be attaching the sleeves to the bodies. After that, then I can finish the hem by folding it into 1 inch. My top has a front openings with button, so now I will measure the buttonhole and mark it. Then go back to my machine and sew the buttonhole. Then cut the holes to the buttonhole stitches I made. And then measure it to the other front facing and trace where the button should be. So guys, I have a problem. I only have white buttons, but I found a solution using this because my button is covered with fabric, as you can see. Focus. What I'm gonna do is, ta-da! Because I need black, so I'm just gonna do this. Yay! Now I have black buttons. Yay! Problem solved. Ta-da! Let's put it on. After attaching my buttons, I'm done with my top. Now we will be moving on to the short. This will be an easy peasy one, I promise. When it comes on making any kinds of button garments with legs, the short one is always the front crotch and the long one is always the back part. Now I'll just attach my pocket first to my right part of the back. Always remember your waist garter allowance, so I always fold it in advance. And then pin it down all over and sew. As easy as that. Now I wanted my short hem similar to my top sleeves with the ruffles and stitch design. So I'm just gonna repeat that process to my short hem. After the hem, now I can do the crotch by attaching them facing to each other, front to front, back to back, then close it over my overlock. After finishing that, I can now proceed to make the waistband for my garter. I'll be using 1/2 inch garter, so I'll just fold this into 1/4 inch, then pin it all around. Then sew all around. I did a 1/4 stitch also to the top edge of the waistband to create a nice flat band. So I left this gap so I can insert the garter later. Now I'll just measure my garter to the short waist and then insert it through. After inserting the garter, gather both ends and join it with a secure nice stitch. And don't forget to close the gap. And there you have it! Our jammies is finally done! So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoy. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again next time. Bye!